Again, to make up for some time, another double episode breakdown. Coming soon is the review for the finale, all in good time of course. The episode opens up with Dunmire getting released from prison. A wary Cole picks him up, probably thinking about how nice life would be without his old man being around. Good to have a get out of jail free card though. But seriously, how did he get out of there so fast? Did they pay his bail and he'll have a day in court, or is it just a one-nighter in the local joint? Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention last episode that Armand was found hanging from the ceiling. They got suicided, but it seems Sheridan forgot about it too, since it doesn't matter to the plot at all. I guess it's just a wild goose chase spread across some episodes to all keep us busy. Well, I'm not gonna chase that damn thing again anytime soon. So the watchmaker wants to meet up with Dwight, but instead of showing up at his doorstep, he visits Dunmire, telling him he wants to take care of Manfredi for him. Jeremiah is all ears, especially since the explosive guy plans to hurt the people close to Manfredi first. Okay, fair enough. The guy probably read Dwight like a book and felt disrespected. Still, I can't imagine that his other customers will appreciate the backstabbing, no matter what client. And rumors travel fast in this business, but we'll see. A little later, Tyson, Goody, and Spencer plan a party to sell the drugs they raided at the frat houses. They ask Bodhi for the permission to use his shop, and Bodhi is hesitant. Knowing Tyson's track record, he definitely should be. He gives him the benefit of the doubt though, and agrees to let him have the shop in exchange for a cut of the profits. So far so good. I guess they really found their niche with this trade. I hope they're gonna tread carefully though, and not steer this train off the rails like they did so many times before. Meanwhile, Margaret and Thrasher prepare to host an event downtown, to shake hands, kiss babies, and of course, win over voters. It all goes well, but Thrasher proposes to take Margaret into his cabinet, telling her to do her part if they're gonna use him. And I can't imagine Margaret to enjoy her life in office. She'd have to neglect her horses, her ranch, and basically sacrifice her life in exchange for power, similar to John Dutton, who went into politics to save his land during the 5th season of Yellowstone. And I don't know, I don't think that's gonna go well, but we'll see. We switch to Musso, who is having a meeting with Dwight to set a trap for the watchmaker. They have a tactical team ready, and Dwight is supposed to signal the FBI once he's at the meeting. Dwight has other plans though. At the target location, the watchmaker flips the script, pulling a gun on the mafioso, only for Mitch and Bigfoot to come out of the covers and disarm him. They drag him to the waiting truck out back and drive off. What? I don't understand Musso's incompetence this season. He had no problem kidnapping Dwight and also BB, but this watch guy would even bring backup, he leaves all for Dwight?
That doesn't make sense.
He knows Dwight doesn't color within the lines, so he should have waited out back, telling Dwight, nice try, and taking the perp in himself. But whatever, I guess this season
anything goes.
Back at the Dunmire estate, Cole wants to know what his dad and the watchmaker have planned for Dwight. Jeremiah gives it away, and Cole heads to Tyson's party to meet Spencer. He tells her about the news, and that his dad planted a bomb at a big event, wanting to hurt the people close to Dwight. Back to Dwight and the watchmaker. Manfredi and the crew drag the guy to the barrel stash and interrogate him for all his crimes. Dwight receives a call about the bomb threat. You know, that's funny. The first thing I thought when I saw that scene was like, there's no way they got cell phone reception down there. But I just gotta turn off my realism detector and I watch this series. It's no good there. Anyways, they torture the time and the place of the bomb out of the watchmaker and alert Musso to evacuate the building. Having the confessions on tape, they drop the guy into a coffin and close the lid for good. I generally don't get how they can pull this off. If I was Musso, I'd be pissed not to send the guy who killed my partner to hell personally. But then again, the character arc of Musso is very limited, and the series opens way too many storylines, only to end up not finishing them. But we'll see, maybe they explain something in the finale. So Musso and Dwight, with 10 minutes left on the clock, speed to the event and get everybody out of the building. The bomb goes off, but nobody got hurt. After all of that, Musso is confronting Dwight about the watchmaker, and once again, he just rocks him off to deal with it tomorrow. And that wraps up the episode. And on to the next one. We follow a hitman in New York, taking out an objective and heading back to his electronics store. The guy is called Lee and is meeting with Quiet Ray, who pays him for the last hit, and doubles the pay for one last job, to kill Dwight Manfredi. Lee declines, but Ray puts his foot down and forces him to complete the job. Well, some of you knew about this cameo from the trailer. I was kinda waiting for him to pull some Bible quote out.
And you will know my name is the Lord!
But this role is still a tip of the hat. And whether you watch those action comedies or grew up on the OG movies like Pulp Fiction, you know Sam Jackson is...
I'm the foot master.
It reminds me of those old Expendables days. Jeez. Imagine that. Old Expendables days. That stuff came out like yesterday. Guys, we're really getting old. I don't know what to say. Meanwhile in Tulsa, Tyson hits a stop with his side gig. He asks Bodhi for help to give him a provider for ecstasy to sell. Bodhi agrees, under the condition to not sell on his or Dwight's premises. And I gotta give it to Tyson. He admits what all of us already knew. His behavior is just a facade to appear stronger.
That took guts.
You know what they say, admitting is the first step. So I hope they give Tyson the arc he deserves, because his mistakes in this season are just a rerun of the story arc he had in season 2. Anyways, switch to Musso and Dwight meeting up. Musso came to collect the watchmaker and Dwight waves him off, again, telling him he wants something in exchange.
You serious, Clark?
They must have pulled Musso's fang somewhere along the way. Why is this even a negotiation? He should just send Dwight into detention with BB. The deal was for Dwight to sack the FBI target, and in exchange, he can keep playing Mafia under the government's nose. So Dwight tells Musso he will hand him the drive with all the watchmaker's secrets on for a federal liquor license. Scenes like this really push the envelope for me. Sure, they don't have to make it hyper-realistic, but come on, Musso has got all the cards. How come Dwight can negotiate here? At the Dunmeyers, Cole receives the news that their whiskey gets returned from the store, since Premium Liquor partnered up with the Montague brand instead of them. Naturally, his dad is pissed and wrecks his distillery oven like a gamer after a failed FIFA match. That's weird. How come they got dropped? It's like saying we can't buy Bullet Bourbon anymore because Four Roses pushed them out. And imagine you went to the liquor store and half the bottles are missing.
But why is the rum gone?
That's not something that happens. But in this show, apparently it does, so... Since Lee declined offing Dwight, Ray is furious and sends a killer after both of them. Dwight wants to help them out, so they wait outside his motel and they take care of the hitman. We switch to Tyson and Spencer, and they got the product from Bodhi's connection and sell it at some club. The demand is high, but after some time, an overseer spots them dealing and calls security on them. Spencer and Tyson are thrown off and try to cut a deal with the staff. But the Bunsers don't bite, they somehow have it out for them and urge their pair to leave. I wonder if this joint belongs to Dunmeyer and they were specifically told to kick Manfredi's crew out. The place doesn't have enough antlers though, and stuffed animals are also missing, so doesn't look like Jeremiah's place. Then again, Cole's girlfriend worked at a strip club, and that one didn't look like the Tea Party headquarters either. So I might be wrong. The episode wraps up with some guy breaking into Joanne's house, kidnapping her in the process. I think this one belongs to Dunmeyer rather than quite Ray or Musso, since the thug was dressed like a scarecrow. And that's it for episode 8 and 9. The episodes were entertaining, but I always felt like they seriously jumped the shark on several plot lines. Also, we didn't hear anything about BB yet. Did he starve? Does Musso still keep him? Or did the writers just forget about him at all? Now that the watchmaker is safely stored in Montague's barrel stash, he can't really interfere with Dwight's business anymore. And on top of that, what's up with Armand getting suicided? This stinks to high heaven. He didn't kill himself. Was all of that just another wild goose chase to keep us guessing? Don't get me wrong, I like having Sam Jackson in the episode, and seeing Stallone as a mob boss is the main appeal of the show, but this doesn't clear the rest of the series' development. It all just feels very half-assed, and you know what they say.
Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
Since there's still one episode left, I stay optimistic, reserve my final judgment till I watch the finale and report about it. Thank you for staying this long till the end of this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you'll know when I crank out another video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.